Hi lovelies! Unboxing time! I got two wonderful decks today via swap, and little did I know they are unwrapped, even like new. And this is the Thoth deck and the Whispers of Lord Ganesha. I have been searching for this one for quite a while, and I made a pact with myself for it to arrive to me via swap, not purchasing it. And finally I got that one also. And yeah, I'm also going to talk about collecting decks decision I've made that will be changing my deck collection overall, and the decks I will be using. So, but first, the unboxing time of the Thoth Tarot. And while I'm not super drawn to Thoth deck per se, part of the pact I made is that I will be getting the base decks, like the Rider White, which I have, and the Thoth, also the Marseille deck, which I said I don't like, and lately I've been drawn to it weirdly. So yeah, this is like shift in my paradigm, and it's interesting. I will be keeping the classic decks and the nature related decks, but will be letting everything else go. So yeah, this is the Thoth deck, which everyone has probably seen, touched and heard of, but eventually I want to work with that one also. And I got the pocket version because it's good for starting out, I think. And yeah, this is like when I want, I will get the bigger one later. This is the Aleister Crowley Thoth Tarot deck by AGM. So this, how can I even open this one? So the Ganesha or Ganesh is one of my favorite Buddhism deities, have been always, and because of the idea, I think, behind him, which I learned later, the main story regarding him is that his father chopped his head off, and when found out he is his son, then asked his soldiers to find a perfect head, but any of those did fit, and so they settled with the elephant head. But the true story about this one is, as in old times, the people had no paper and no means to write things down, and the statues were the main source to give the knowledge to the next generations. And so the statue of Ganesha or Ganesh is reminding us the teaching he had. His main teaching was to be one with the nature and to respect the animals, and so they depicted him as half animal, half person, but actually there was no such person or deity or god, but there was this ascended master Ganesh who taught about nature and being one with the nature. So this is interesting story with it, which I read from the old book about Indian Buddhism, which is the oldest Buddhism out there. So beautiful cards. The backs themselves are like another card, so this is so pretty, and so they are stuck. Beautiful colors, and I usually don't like the decks with Buddhism things. I haven't seen any that actually is truthful. I think this is not also, but using of the Ganesha on this deck, which is nature and unity related to me, so the cards are stuck. Don't you just love the sound of opening the new deck and the cards sticking to each other? So yeah, long story short, Ganesha is not usually described and talked about as a teacher of humankind being in harmony with nature and not killing animals and cherishing them. So the story usually goes with the beheading thing, which is later thought out of because history and religions are written by the winners, and when new order came, then the old religions were rewritten and new stories were usually added. So luckily there are people left that know the true story, or is it even a true story, who knows, because so much have been lost. Yeah, I love this. I love this a lot. This is such a tender deck, and there's 50 cards in it. And a booklet with oh, I love how yellowish the pages are, not white but like aged looking. I'm not sure if you can see it. And it has 91 pages plus space for notes. So yeah, this was the unboxing of the Crowley deck, Thoth deck, and some grass went between the deck lid and the Whispers of Lord Ganesha, Angela Hartfield, and published by Blue Angel. Cardstock seems nice enough to use, and it's quite thick and glossy, I would say. Okay, but now about my decision about the deck collecting. So the decision has been made and came to me, and I'm already going through my decks. I had 50 something decks already at some point, and in my mind I did know I have 30 something. So it was a surprise even for me when I finally went through them and counted them after the moving. And so I thought I didn't need that many, and I've been since I have a few decks I want to have or get in my wish list. I went through my wish list also and took off many from there that I don't need. So yeah, I will be getting the nature related decks that click with my plans for the future, and basically, yeah. So the herbal tarot, which I got as a gift from the wonderful friend I have, I can't say thank you enough for this one. This is perfect. This is just perfect, and I love the cardstock on this one also. These are the backs. And she also got me a book, sent me some pics of the stories in the book, but the book itself hasn't arrived yet. So yeah, this herbal tarot, which I will definitely use while creating the new soap and ointment salves, recipes. So these type of decks and shamanic decks like the Shining Tribe, this is the way I will go from here. And also the, like I mentioned before, the classical decks that are old Italian, Bacchetta, the basic Rider White, the Thoth deck, the Marseille, then there's something more I can't remember, and also the alchemical tarot for me classifies as classic ish deck. So yeah, and everything else will be nature related, and this is the Shining Tribe tarot deck, which I got as a trade. Also, it has a wonderful book with it, but again, as I traded it to United States, and I'm using my friend's address, and then she will send them to me, so they will come in separate parcels. And oracle decks also. This one I purchased from a wonderful lady from UK with a cat people tarot. Cat people tarot is so shamanic and wonderful. Also, I didn't bring it with me here, but the Wicca deck. I'm not Wiccan per se, and this is new agey for me, the Wicca, but I understand how they had to call it the Wicca, because calling it anything else maybe wouldn't draw people to purchase it. But the deck itself and the book, it's basic pagan rituals, basic pagan things that have been around for centuries. It's not Wiccan, which is much later. And I didn't bring the Wicca deck with me. I brought the Winged Enchantments deck, which I will show you right now also. So I mixed up my decks, but the Winged Enchantments is absolutely shamanic and shapeshifterish deck for me too. So these type of decks I will have. Also, I've been getting oracle decks now, which I only had one before, and then I traded that one even away for a tarot deck. But right now I am moving towards getting everything I need, and then just backing off because I don't see any decks out there that I maybe would want. So the Winged Enchantment, and it has also a little book with it that explains but the artwork is so beautiful. I love it so much, and yeah, I will show my nature decks when I do my collection now video, and this one I will do the extra review of, because it's so wonderful. It deserves. I'm trying to do the Shining Tribe also, and other decks I have. So one showing all the cards flipped through and talking maybe a little bit about them. But yeah, this is my story of collecting decks and shape-shifting into another realm with my ideas, and it came to life with the moving, or right after the moving. I have been finding bird feathers, like tons of them lately, and everything, and we bought the land we wanted for so much. We found it finally, and now we're working on it to create a beautiful pagan kind of things on it, and I will make the videos about that one also, because it's off-grid. It means there's no electricity. Right now we found a well there, but the well is dry, so we have to figure out how to get the water. There's a huge boulder, probably came with the ice age, because around is quite flat land. You can't see any big rocks or stones there. So yeah, interesting stories. We will be building the Sami shaman, Sami culture, lavus and tipi like things that the Nordic people built as the houses where they lived, and we are going to create this magical place in there. So when we are going to do it, I will make some videos about those things also, I think. So there will be a mix of tarot stuff and going off grid, living this pagan lifestyle on the woods kind of channel in the future. I'm not going to create another channel because this is my life and I share it as it is. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and yeah, long story short, nature. Okay, thank you for watching and bye.